We often go through life on autopilot, existing instead of living, going from one task to another without ever realizing why we are doing it and how it impacts the quality of our life. Hello, you wonderful human. How are you doing? In this video, I am sharing 45 tiny changes that have taken me from being the worrisome, anxious, self-doubting version of Aditi to this current very joyful, content, confident version of Aditi. Some of these might sound bizarre to you, some of these you might roll your eyes at, some of these you might have even heard of before. But all of these I am sharing to inspire you to take better care of yourself and to let you know that improving and getting better is actually a possibility, often without making huge changes, often just by taking tiny little steps. With that, thank you for being here. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I create a lot of content around intentional living, work-life balance, and lifestyle design. And with that, let's get started. Simplify your life. We often tend to overcomplicate things so much, but they don't have to be complicated. I already have a video on things that you can do to simplify your life, but the gist is to audit your behavior and the things that you consume and pay attention to on a regular basis to remove anything that is taking up space but not adding value. Make your space one that you love. Decorate, add pieces, add stuff that makes it feel like home to you, whether it's your room, whether it's your house, whether it's just a corner in a room. Make sure that you invest a little bit of time to make it personalized, because there is nothing more fulfilling than coming back to a space that feels like you. Offer to help strangers when you're out shopping, when you're out in the grocery store, at the mall, when you're walking down the street. If you find anybody struggling, just offer to help. This makes you more aware of things happening around you and also makes you realize your own privilege. Drink warm or room temperature water in the morning instead of picking a bottle right out of the fridge. It's not the best for your digestive system. Delay your morning coffee. So when you wake up, your body releases a lot of cortisol, which is the stress hormone, to help you wake up. And when you drink coffee just right after waking up, that increases your cortisol levels. Really not a great way to start your morning. So just wait for like half an hour, 45 minutes before you have your coffee after waking up. Speaking of coffee, don't drink it on an empty stomach. Eat something like a fruit or a few nuts before you do this. I recently started doing it, and it makes a massive difference in your energy levels and balancing out those caffeine crashes. Appreciate your differences. We often grow up believing that differences are bad and that you need to conform to societal standards in order to live a successful and a fulfilling life. But your differences are what make you unique. Look for them, appreciate them, and embrace them. Plan your day in the morning. It doesn't have to be an elaborate process. You don't have to take hours. Just take out 5 minutes, take stock of everything that you need to do. Trust me, it will make your day go a lot smoother. Practice affirmations. Affirmations are like baby steps towards reframing your thought patterns and reframing your beliefs about yourself. Often our beliefs are what hold us back in life, and practicing affirmations to change that is genuinely a great step in the right direction. Actively find things to be grateful for. Sometimes it's hard, but all of us at any given point in time have some unfair advantages. The better we are at recognizing them, the more space we can make for inviting similar things into our lives. Put your phone on DND or silent and away from you while you are working. This is a game changer. Your notifications are so distracting, and the work that you can actually do in 2 hours, you take 6 hours to do because of your phone. Just keep it away. Take time out when an argument is getting heated. Often in the heat of the moment, people end up saying things to each other that they don't really mean, and that can be so detrimental for relationships. Just take a time out, cool down, come back to your discussion with a calmer mind. Get sunlight in the morning. This sets up your circadian rhythm for success and releases endorphins and helps you sleep better at night. For places where you don't get a lot of sunlight, even just going outside and getting some fresh air is wonderful. Speaking of sunlight, open your windows and blinds in the morning. Let the fresh air come in. Don't just keep living in a closed environment of your own stale breath. Be fully present when you are talking to someone. Stop looking at your phone, stop fidgeting. Be present, intentionally listening to them. This makes life better, this makes relationships better, this makes communication better. Stop and smell the roses. When you see something beautiful, when you encounter something beautiful on an everyday basis, stop for a moment to appreciate it. If it's a flower, smell it, take a picture, give it to a friend, click pictures of the sunsets and of the birds and the bees. It brings so much joy back into your life. Take more photos and videos, and don't shy away when others are trying to take pictures of you. These are moments that you are going to relive years down the line, and be grateful that you took this step now. Try to cook more often. Cooking is such a fulfilling experience. I don't know what it is about it, but it just keeps you in tune with your body and makes you fully present when you are doing that. I try and cook at least once a day, and it's often dinner. And it's also a great bonding exercise for the people that you live with. Learn to listen to your body. There is so much health advice and fitness advice out there, and often a lot of it is confusing and not fully applicable to you. The only way that you can actually know what works for you is by learning and actively listening to the signs that your body showcases. Wear comfortable shoes. We spend so much of our life walking and standing, and uncomfortable shoes are not just hurting your feet, they're also compressing the nerves in your feet, and that can be super detrimental to your health. And occasionally wearing heels or wearing uncomfortable shoes because you want to look good is fine, but for the majority of the time, invest in good shoes. Use clothing as sunscreen instead of obsessing over sunscreen. Most of them are super toxic. They contain a lot of chemicals that get absorbed into your bloodstream. Declutter your closet and your room and everything around you. Just do it. Let your gray hair shine. I think you can see I've started getting gray hair recently, and I posted a photo on Instagram, and then everybody freaked out and started suggesting remedies. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's a part of growing up. And embrace it, love it. If you want to color your hair, go ahead. I just don't like to do that. I don't want additional chemical load on my system. Stop chasing skinniness or looking a certain way and chase hormone health instead. If your hormones are in balance, a lot of what you look like automatically gets into balance, and a lot of the practices that are propagated in the name of health are not actually healthy. So do your research, focus on hormone health instead of just chasing a beauty standard. Eat more fat. Fat is a fundamental component of the human body composition. It's important to eat fat, and yet it's bizarre that there's so much advice out there that tells you to just stop consuming fat altogether. Figure out what are the fats that work best for your body composition, consume those in moderation, and be happier. Pay attention to what you put inside your mind and your body. Just by becoming more aware of what you're eating and the kind of media and information that you're consuming, you take a step towards better physical and mental health. Smile at people. If you catch somebody's eye walking down the street, smile at them. You never know how much of a difference a kind smile and just a little hello can make to somebody's day. Have more date nights. Whether you are in a relationship, whether you're married, make an active effort to spend time with your partner. In a culture that is geared towards making relationships shorter and making marriages fail, make yours stronger. Express your love more often. Sure, tell people that you love them, but also showcase that you love them. Make the effort, spend time with them, listen to them, prioritize them. Make sure that they know that you love them. Be the person who hugs people tightly. I love giving hugs, I love receiving hugs. There's just something so warm and fuzzy about them, and it makes people feel important and wanted without actually having to say this to them. Hugs are great. Let other people have their opinions. Don't challenge them for the sake of challenging them. Don't get hurt because somebody else has a different opinion. You don't have to have the same opinions in order to coexist. Pray more often, and you don't have to be religious or very elaborate about this, but believing in a higher power keeps you more humble, keeps you more grounded, and just makes you realize that you are in fact a speck in the entire universe. Get rid of clothes that don't fit. They are bad for your self-esteem, they are taking up a lot of closet space, and they are unnecessarily just burdening you. Get rid of them. Spend more time in nature. Nature is powerful, it's healing, it's energizing, and people living in cities don't get a lot of that opportunity, which is why you and I need to actively seek opportunities to spend more time. Go to the parks, go for a hike, take a vacation in a place that has a lot of natural elements. Do something for yourself before you do anything else in the morning. Just one little act that brings you joy. This is your beautiful start to the day. Often we just enter the grind without ever realizing that we are not giving ourselves enough time. Remember that you are not a burden. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to express your needs and your wants and rely on other people to fulfill those. As human beings, we live in communities. We have evolved to depend on each other, and For people who are hyper individualistic like me and struggle to ask for help, this is a reminder that we need to keep coming back to. Improve your posture. Sit with a straight spine, have your shoulders pulled back. Your spine controls a lot of your nervous system. You don't want to be hunched and have kinks in that all over. Become aware of the sunk cost fallacy. Don't just keep investing time and effort into something even though it's making you miserable just because you've invested time and effort into it in the past. Do more things alone. Companionship is absolutely beautiful, but so is being by yourself, because unless you are by yourself, you never realize your true motivations, your true desires, the things that actually bring you joy without the expectation of others attached. Dress up for yourself. Look cute even when you don't have to step out and go meet somebody. It is just such a nice pick-me-up and a very nice self-pampering act. Stop skimping on your sleep. Make it a priority. It is the single most important thing that you can do for your mental and your physical health. Invest in things that make your sleep better. A good mattress, good pillows, a good comforter, anything that will make you more comfortable and ensure that you have a good night's rest. Shoot your shot. Don't keep waiting on sending that email, asking that cute girl out, or going and saying hi to your neighbor. You never know, you might just be one decision away from a completely different life. And even if that doesn't happen, even if you're rejected, rejection is not the end of the world. In fact, doing this helps you take on rejection and brush it off more easily. Say what you mean and mean what you say. No games, no manipulation, no passive aggressiveness, just straightforward communication. It saves so much time, so much energy, and you don't have to keep overthinking constantly. And number 45 is simplify your life. The same as the first one, because this is essentially the core of everything. Remove the things that no longer serve you and make space for things that matter. And that's it. If you'd like to add anything to this list, comment down below and I will see you in the next one.